Hi there. Okay, so I am doing this custom piece. It's this white set you can see here in the background. So I painted it white, used my sprayer, and now we're going to add just a little bit of interest to the fronts of these drawers. So this is a pine set, and they have this nice inset here, if you can see it. And we're going to use a texture medium. So this is a texture medium. This is called Venetian plaster. And this particular one is made by American Paint Company. I get this from my friend Kathy Cook. Her store is called the Vintage Dames. So what we're gonna do is take a putty knife and we're gonna go ahead and get some on here. So we're just gonna take it, we're gonna smear it on here, and it's not going to be real consistent, but we're going to try to go ahead and just get it kind of flat. We don't need it real heavy, and it's okay if it's inconsistent. So some places are going to have a little bit higher of a peak, some are going to have a lower, and we're just going to do this. So the cool thing about this, it just gives a little bit of interest. We're doing white on white, so what I'll do when I'm done is I'll go back and probably put some dark wax by DIY Paint into the recessed areas and rub it off those high points, and then I'll get a little bit of an antique vintage look. So unfortunately we won't be doing that today because we're doing this live, and this has to harden up and dry all the way, so won't be doing that, but I can come back and do another live video and show that technique if you all would want. So the roller that I'm using is this floral, and this roller is made by Artistic Painting Studios. Okay, Jennifer Ferguson, that's her store. So what we're gonna do, it would be wonderful to go this way, but this roller doesn't fit in that inset, so we're gonna go this way. So I'm just gonna start at one side. I'm gonna roll my roller, and it's gonna leave these leaves in my finish. So I wanna try real hard not to slide. I wanna roll. And let me show you what that guys look like. So it's just gonna be nice and subtle. And honestly, can't tell if you can see or not. So let's see if we can turn this light down a little bit. And you can see that definition. Can you see it? No idea. Oh, at an angle. There it is. So you can see that we have the floral pattern in here. So it's just nice and subtle. It's white on white. Give it a little bit of vintage, of a dark wax, and it'll give it a little bit of that antique feel. So we'll put that over there. Let's do another one together real quick. So again, we've got our putty knife. We have lint. Okay. Got our putty knife. We have our Venetian plaster. There are lots of texture mediums out there. This one I said I do get from my friend Kathy, so it's one that I enjoy. As I get deeper in here, I'll have to put some out on a plate because this putty knife was the cleanest one I could find, and it's kind of a big one. So the more texture medium you put on here, the deeper your design is going to show up. I'm looking for a very subtle look, so I'm putting mine on pretty thin. Not to mention I have a lot of chores to do, and I don't want to run out. So let's just get some more. We're probably gonna have to get our spoon out now. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get my spoon. We'll put some on that way. So we're getting down a little deeper in there. It gets a little harder to get out. So, you know, this is a white one. You can paint these texture mediums. You can mix paint into them to make them colored if you'd like. You can even use DIY paint as a texture medium if you let it harden up a little bit. Leave the cap off and it'll harden up. So lots of different ways to do this, but today we're using this one. All right, so we have that on there. Now again, we're gonna go ahead and grab our roller and hope to goodness gosh that you guys can see. So we're gonna go ahead and go right here. I'm gonna push down and very much try not to slide like I just did. Let's do it again. And again. Again. And just a little bit over here. Okay. So there we go. There is drawer number 2. Good. Kind of hard to see. How can I make it so you can see? All right, guys. I don't know how to make it any better. Hopefully you can see better than I can see it in the reflection. So that is that. That is texture medium. Nice, easy way to add a little bit of interest to your piece. I'm gonna go ahead and finish all those drawers. When they're all dry, I can come back and wax them with you guys. Leave in the comments if you wanna see that. And if you do, then I will do it with you. Thank you guys, have a great day. I'll see you soon.